I literally did not know about this entire story until he brought it up today. Yeah. I mean, dude, I've never seen a more open and shut case, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was the second shooter. Well, not the second shooter, but maybe it was actually Kelsey Harris. You know what I mean? Maybe it was her. I don't know. And that like Megan Thee Stallion could not have made it out accurately because she only was able to turn around and see, even though she got shot in the back of her fucking feet. Or maybe the more likely situation is that considering the fact that Tory Lanez apologized to all parties present and it was his gun and he had GSR, he failed the GSR test, including Kelsey. Kelsey failed it too. And he beat Kelsey Harris up too. Maybe it was him who did it. I mean, the one thing we don't have is just video evidence. Okay, that's it. Like, that's crazy. Sorry, it's not his gun. We don't know whose gun it is. We just don't know. But like, she did get shot in the foot. Anyway. So her testimony originally, the third person involved in the situation who used to be friends with Megan Thee Stallion, who is no longer friends with Megan Thee Stallion, is now not offering the original testimony that she put forward. Kathy Todd, the DA, asked Kelsey about having to testify in front of Tory and whether that bothered her and about her not wanting to be there. And she said, I don't know. It don't bother me. Kelsey said at Tory's presence, I don't want to be here. The criminal implications Kelsey is facing here are non-existent. The prosecutor said this morning they're not going to charge her with a crime, and that question wasn't one that generally would draw incriminating statements by her, but she really did not want to answer. Back on the witness stand, Kelsey told the DA, Kathy Todd, again, I want to answer my Fifth Amendment. She was told she had to answer, but as she stayed silent, Todd asked her, Kelsey, why don't you want to answer the question? I just don't know, Kelsey answered. Todd asked about Kelsey having to testify in front of Tory and whether that bothered her. She said no. She just doesn't want to be there. Nevada DA Kathy Todd had a record of previous interview with Kelsey in which she talked about Tory threatening the shooter, and she asked if she could use it to try to refresh Kelsey's memory on the witness stand, but Kelsey's answer didn't legally allow for it. For typical recollection refreshments, the witness indicates to the lawyer that yes, if you show me that memory could be refreshed, but Kelsey didn't say anything like that to Todd. She just clearly doesn't want to talk about it. A weird moment. Anyway. Now, Tory Lanez's defense team made it clear during opening statements that they could lay out a theory that puts the shooting on Harris and not Tory. Harris flat out denied shooting Megan during the testimony, but would not confirm she saw Tory Lanez with a firearm. So what is it then? If you fucking openly state that you didn't shoot Tory Lanez, you didn't shoot Megan Thee Stallion, and Tory Lanez is the only other person involved in this, and people saying like, oh, Tory paid her off, I think it's more so that like she probably sees Megan Thee Stallion get fucking brutalized by everybody on the internet in her community, and like she probably doesn't want that same kind of fucking harm coming to her. Okay? Critically, Harris wouldn't confirm she saw Lanez with a gun, which she said she did in the recorded interview, or that Lanez threatened to shoot her, which she said she did in the recording interview. Recordings have been played in court, Queeley reported. Harris is saying she's struggling with postpartum depression and a recent death in the family, and her mind isn't here right now. She also denied Lanez offered her hush money, which Megan alleged he did to the tune of $1 million yesterday. Also, the judge, so it doesn't even matter though, because the judge ruled that the interview could, oh wait, what the fuck? The interview could not be used as evidence. Wait, Elon is officially stepping down? There's a video? Don't forget that Tory Lanez flew all the way
this shit's not gonna end,
to
my nigga.
London. Don't forget that Tory Lanez flew all the way to London and pulled up on Dax, looking like he held him at gunpoint and forced him to apologize for making a diss track. Wait, what?
This shit's not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. Or you know what's going on. Apologize, my nigga. Apologize, nigga.
I got you, bro.
Apologize, nigga.
I got you, man.
Say sorry, nigga.
My bad for the
Say
diss track,
sorry,
G.
nigga.
Sorry, G.
All right, bet.
I got you, G.
Or this shit's not.
Oh my God, dude. This is old news too. He rolled up an entire entourage and did it at gunpoint. That wasn't in London, it was in Burbank. Bro, that is like, what's up, bro? Should we do a fucking height check for people with guns? Like, should we just make it illegal for, you know, toddlers that no longer have their access to weapons? Is that what's going on here? He's going to ruin it for the rest. He's going to ruin it for the short kings. You know what I'm saying?
Or this shit's not gonna end.
Got you, G.
Or this shit's not gonna end, my nigga. Or this shit's not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. Or you know what's going on. Apologize, my nigga. Apologize, nigga.
I got you, bro.
Apologize, nigga.
I got you, man.
Yeah, this doesn't look like London at
Say
all.
sorry, nigga.
My bad for the diss.
This definitely looks like Burbank.
Sorry,
G.
nigga.
Sorry, G.
All right, bet.
I got you, G.
He says, sorry, G.
Can this dude just not be corny? I'm not talking about me. I know y'all think you're funny. I'm not talking about me. All right. I'm talking about Tory Lanez, right? So a bunch of y'all on Twitter, I'm taking a break from social media, which feels great, by the way. It feels great. But a lot of people on Twitter were saying and adding me in every little situation saying, oh, Dax, YouTube sensation, released a diss track on Tory Lanez because Tory Lanez did this idiotic challenge a couple weeks ago talking about how he's the best rapper alive and nobody wants to smoke with him, and he's going at artists who are bigger than him and then trying to make it seem like they didn't want the smoke if they didn't respond when really they probably just don't give a shit about him. So Joyner Lucas and Tory had a back and forth. Don Q and Tory had a back and forth. Cuban Doll jumped in to give her 2 cents about Tory's fetishes. And so here we are today. Dax released his track I'm Not Don Q or Joyner Lucas a couple days ago, and I listened to it. A bunch of y'all were going crazy saying it was the best diss. No, it wasn't. However,
Are all rappers just losers? A lot of rappers are, yes. Like, bro, rappers are at their heart fucking music nerds, okay? People keep forgetting that. Like, they think rappers have a super cool fucking image that they present. But most rappers are just like band geeks who literally love music and have to posture as like hard body people when they aren't like that. And they're like kind of fucking insecure. They're not very good performers. They're not very good on camera. Like, I'll give you an example of a rapper who's not like that. Vince Staples. Okay? Vince Staples is telegenic, charismatic. He's fucking awesome. Okay? He's quick-witted. He's sharp. He's like right on the money on camera. You can see it. You literally see it. Like, you see it when he is, nah, sorry, Hasan, stop it. Come on, dude. Come on. What do you mean? 1,000,000%. Like, a lot of rappers don't have that. A lot of rappers don't have that beyond stage presence. So that's precisely why when you see like rappers in interviews and stuff, I personally think that they might be great. They might be great musicians. Okay. They might be great lyricists. They might be great producers, but I don't think that, I don't think that like a lot of these rappers have, just a tremendous amount of charisma, and they have an image to uphold. So whenever they're on like a broadcast, especially like a live one, you know what I mean, where they just like kind of close off a little bit. Okay? And I'm not talking about, respectfully, just stop, you don't know rap. Wait, hold on. There are plenty of rappers who are deep in the streets, Lil Durk, etc. That's not what I'm talking about. You can still be deep in the streets or whatever. I just mean like you can be deep in the streets and still also be like a fun person, or a confident person, or a charismatic person on camera. Okay? But ultimately, a lot of rappers aren't. They're like some of the nerdier dudes in the group. You can still absolutely be I don't know, you can still have like real gang affiliations, come from that background, yada yada yada, and still be like kind of an insecure person, you know? And that's what I mean. I wouldn't say nerdy, more like antisocial. Yeah, I guess that's better. Yeah, Kai streams are pretty good examples, in my opinion. And a lot of people don't see that, where they think that like they don't recognize that that's like kind of a persona that someone puts on when they're on camera. Everybody puts on a persona. And if you're like a quiet person, if you're not like super loud and boisterous, okay? If you're not super charismatic, then you put on this like I'm the cool guy persona as a way to basically protect your image. Okay? That's it.
I think out of everyone who had something to say back at Tory Lanez, he was a guy who mentioned something that many others didn't really mention in it. It came in the form of insulting Tory Lanez's discography and the music he makes, saying you make music for the bitches and I make music for legacies, and a bunch of other MCs make music with purpose. You know, how can you be the greatest rapper alive if you have no substance? And that's true to a degree, but it seems a couple days before that, Tory Lanez issued Dax a warning saying that I don't want this to escalate. Relax, bro. You know, you're doing too much. I don't know you, you don't know me. This rap shit, sometimes it don't end up as rap shit. Basically, it was his warning to Dax. Dax.
That's insane, dude. Like, that is actually fucking bananas. To just be like, oh, you made a diss track about me? Nah, hey, listen, like, I might kill you, as a matter of fact. Okay.
Seeing this as the opportunity that it is, decided to go through with it anyway. And release the song based off of the amount of feedback he received on his social media. Cool. Actually, not cool as it pertains to Tory Lanez, because he pulled up on him a couple days later asking him to apologize. Excuse me, not asking, telling him to apologize. To which Dax kindly obliged and said, my bad, bro. Sorry, bro. So, you know what? Cut the tape. Right there, this is where I'm about to get pissed off. Number one, Tory Lanez issues a challenge telling every rapper, I'm accepting all. If you want to go at me, but I'm the best. He issues this as a music challenge, as an artist, as a rapper. Not an artist, as a rapper. And then when a guy responds to you, you tell him, I'm not in the mood. These are direct words from Mr. Lanez himself. Mr. Lanez saying that sounds insane. For a genre of music, for as masculine as Tory Lanez tries to present himself as, being as small as he is, I know he's got the Napoleon complex. I know that's a thing, but for as masculine as he tries to portray himself as being, telling another man, I'm not in the mood is crazy. That shit right there is comedy. But for this to be the guy that issues the challenge, why are you then putting restrictions on who can challenge you? I mean, you get to say any and everybody else's name and you don't have to take any kind of accountability. Like, nobody can say your name, or certain people can and certain people can't.
Yeah.
I don't remember you having that energy when you tried to tell Royce the 5'9", a man in his 40s almost, to suck your dick, and then completely shifting your energy when you got a phone call from the man.
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
A phone call. It's like you forgot. It's like you think we forgot what happened. Aren't you the same guy that was trying to pass yourself off as Drake's little brother? I'm not taking this dude seriously, pulling up on rappers just because they said his name in a diss record. I'm sorry, but I just can't do that. You don't get to pull your phone out after you and 3 or 4 of your dudes chase somebody after they got from a show, which is exactly what happened with Dax. You don't get to pull out your phone when you are in a position of advantage and then try to punk this dude as if you did this by yourself. Now wait, I know a lot of people are gonna echo the sentiment, oh, y'all into that old generation shit, that one-on-one shit don't work no more, that fighting shit don't work no more. Cool, you can think that if you want to. The last thing though I'm gonna do is pull out my phone again as if I get brownie points. Where did I'm gonna sit down. You know what? Fine, cool. The thing, if you don't want to view that as corny, you don't have to view it as corny. I got an issue with Dax for saying sorry, but I'll explain why he probably did it. And I got a huge issue for Tory for doing what he did. The one reason that he did this to Dax and didn't do it to, let's say, Royce or Joyner, I don't really know if he knows the full scope or not of Joyner, but it looks at least as if Joyner has been in this long enough
my
to
mom.
have somebody backing him, somebody streetwise backing him. There's a reason why he didn't pull up on Don Q and certain other artists who have called him certain things in the industry. There's a reason, right? Because he knows that Dax doesn't have an OG. He knows that he has no one backing him. He knows that he probably doesn't have a gangster in his corner. He knows he probably doesn't have these goons like Tory might have. Knows that probably isn't a possibility for Dax at the moment. Because Dax, his net worth, I don't think is high enough. And the methods in which he uses to popularize himself, I don't think are from the type of individual or the caliber of black man that you would assume has OGs behind him. And that's no diss or insult to Dax, but he doesn't seem to carry himself like a street guy, which is why internet personas are the best thing in the world, because people always think they've got one up on you until they realize they don't have one up on you. Issue with Dax in this video is more so apologizing, because the last thing I'm gonna do if an artist comes at me for something I said in a diss record is apologize for said diss record, because no matter what you do or whatever challenge is in front of me.
Well, it seems like there was some additional persuading factors in that apology. Now, I don't know if he had a gun pointed at him, but it did seem like Dax was very scared.
My mind isn't going to be changed on what I felt and said in that record, because I fully, wholeheartedly believe it. What am I saying sorry for when I said everything I needed to say in that clip that you heard? But let's say there were guns to his face, right? Speaking for myself, I'm insane enough to call the bluff. I really am. Maybe you'd see my head blown away, or maybe, you know, I'd still be here, but I'm probably dumb enough and insane enough to call the bluff. Whereas Dax, who in this situation put
I'll just say this much. As someone who's had a live active weapon trained on him, no, I don't think you would. I think in that moment, you're just like, I'm going to comply. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to comply with whatever is going on.
putting himself out there, knowing the reception that he might get for doing what he did. I fully respect him. I really do. I do understand.
You are afraid of everything, though? I think that's probably one of the most human things you can admit is, yes, if you have a live gun pointed at you, you are going to be afraid of dying with said gun. Dax has made songs with Tom McDonald. I'm not a fucking fan of this guy either. What the fuck do you mean? As a matter of fact, it's worse for Tory Lanez to be beefing with a fucking YouTube rapper. Like, that alone, the fact that he like took his 5'4" stature, okay, put it inside of an Escalade along with some of his friends and drove all the way to Burbank to find this man, gun or no gun, implies that that is just awful, okay? That is just across the board. Like, what are you doing? Like, and this is back when he actually did have some hits.
100% get it. But again, you should not challenge artists who are on a higher scale. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. You should not challenge artists who are a bigger scale than you, whose net worth is so much more than yours, because you never know what tactics they could use to retaliate outside of rapping. This was a lesson learned for Dax, because you have a bunch of emotional ass rappers in the game right now that are in moods that will retaliate in ways outside of the diss records that you originally thought you'd be getting. So it's unfortunate that Dax had to learn this way, but he learned. It also helps to read these situations. The way my brain just works though, I'm so stupid sometimes. I've been through some insane situations, but I'm really stupid when I want to be. And in my head, if these dudes chased me, in my head, I'm already safe, because there's no dudes on earth that are gonna pull out guns when I see them and stop me. And they had the biggest opportunity to do so and shoot me while I was running. There's no way, just in my head.
This is a horrible take, but you know, people can have bad
That's
takes.
my crazy brain, right? Maybe I'm stupid, but that's just my brain. If you were gonna kill me, you would have done it while I had my back turned. You're not gonna put a phone in my face asking me to apologize and then threatening to shoot me or kill me if I don't. That's what I'm not taking seriously. So maybe Dax.
Yeah, dude, totally. We're not gonna watch the rest of this. We're not gonna watch the rest of this because it's like he's doing hindsight, or I don't know what he's doing really. Like, no, dude, there is no calculus in that moment. It's just survival. What the fuck? There's no way.
Hadn't been in that situation. He doesn't know how to handle it, or maybe he's just not. Maybe he's too smart for it. Maybe he's too smart to test it, and I respect that. But Tory Lanez, the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. Like, how do you in your diss record to Don Q say you had this energy for me but didn't say nothing to Kodak? You had that energy for Dax but didn't have it for Don Q or Joyner to pull up on them. How in your diss to Don Q said pussy gotta keep a gun on his waist because you lil niggas scared to get punched in your face, when that's likely the same situation that you put Dax in? How do you, as a man, and I don't want to sound sexist, because just as a human being with any kind of dignity and pride in yourself, how do you feel good knowing you had somebody in a situation of extreme disadvantage, recording them as if you did something? But that's the game, right? A lot of your favorite rappers are high school bullies, high school lames that got some money, got out of high school because nobody knew who they were, and then they started putting on this image, putting on this persona, as if they were somebody different than who they were when the people who were regular with them knew them when they were regular. Because again, like I said, this is the same kid that was talking about
good take
Drake's
again.
little brother.
He rolled it back. He rolled it back to having a good take, because he is right.
So Drake little brother wilding right now. He wilding. The only people that can learn something in this situation really is Dax, because Tory Lanez, if you are however old you are, and still moving the way you do, there's really no way somebody can change you. Like, if this is how you move, you always gonna be a clown. You're always gonna be a clown. There's no advice anybody can give you. In Dax's case, it'd be much better in his position if, I don't know, this is just kind of why you need to know certain people. You do. And I don't just mean that for rappers. I just mean people in general. Know certain people. I'm not saying you got to use them. I'm not saying they're going to be trump cards, but just know certain people. Know people different from yourself. Don't detest the idea of things that you did.
Literally, this Dak shit was years ago. Now Tory did this bullshit. Well, he admitted his gun take was dumb. Why are you disagreeing? Okay, anyway, regardless. The reason why we looked back at this is because like it just kind of shows pattern of behavior from Tory Lanez and like, you know, being a little bit of a hothead and having a short fuse, having a short temper, being short. Anyway. But yeah, ultimately, Olemi follows up with the clearest read. If read when Tory's convicted, the same black men who suddenly become true believers in the criminal system in order to discredit Meg will revert back to skeptics and start arguing how this conviction has proved the system is unjust. Predictable, but I can already see it. I mean, yeah. His gun take was like your bear take. Yeah, that's true. That is fair. I do agree with that. Like, I made some bad takes in regards to bears where I think that I could be chill with bears. I agree. I know that that's not true. I know that I would not be able to hang out with a bear. I think a bear would fucking kill me easily on the spot. But, you know, that's not going to stop me from feeling like it would be fine. Like, I just want to imagine that, like, me and a bear could have good vibes. Like, a bear would respect me. You know what I mean? Like, the bear would come up to me and be like, okay, like, you got some fucking cool vibes. Like, I will not kill you. Like, I respect you. That kind of thing.
All a bunch of that are far more embarrassing than fucking Tory Lanez. Y'all a bunch of no money that live on your fucking couch that steal from you. And I don't really understand why, as women, what we have to gain by creating metric systems where we are measured in this way. Y'all have a bunch of fucking bust up, no teeth all over on Twitter talking about a fucking successful, beautiful multimillionaire that half us can look like, can dance like, can rap like, can do nothing like, and y'all out here debating her fucking worth. And y'all are stupid. And let me tell y'all something about life. When you have the inability to understand some shit that other people experience, God has a way of putting you through the same shit tenfold. Y'all stay right there. Kikiing at other women's misfortune. Stay right there, because when the world hands you back the energy that you dish out, it's going to be even worse, because you're not even important enough for the rest of us to comment on it. Ain't even going to be a fly on the wall. It's just going to be you embarrassed looking at your own self, learning that you're a piece of shit.
So yeah, that was the Tory Lanez saga. I think we covered it extensively. It is pretty fucking weird